This is what happened when a shooting at Rihanna's home collided with internet conspiracy theories and why the viral claim that Jay-Z and Beyoncé hired a hitman makes absolutely zero sense when you look at the actual facts. On March 8, 2026, at approximately 1:20 in the afternoon, a 35-year-old woman named Ivana Lizette Ortiz drove a white Tesla to Rihanna's Beverly Crest home in Los Angeles, fired an AR-15-style rifle multiple times at the residence, and left bullet holes visible in the front gate, the exterior wall, and a parked vehicle, with one round penetrating the side of the home itself. Inside at that exact moment were Rihanna, her partner A$AP Rocky, their 3 children, Rihanna's mother, and 2 staff members, along with 2 neighbors at an adjacent property. 10 people total who came within inches of losing their lives. No one was injured. Ortiz was taken into custody about an hour later at the Sherman Oaks Galleria, roughly 3 miles from Rihanna's home, booked into LA County Jail shortly after 2 a.m. Monday morning, and charged on March 10, 2026, with 1 count of attempted murder, 10 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, and 3 felony counts of shooting at an inhabited dwelling. Bail started at $10.2 million before dropping to $1.8 million. A conviction on all counts carries a potential life sentence. This is a documented crime with a named suspect and active prosecution. Within days of the shooting, though, a conspiracy theory spread across social media claiming Jay-Z and Beyoncé orchestrated the attack to silence Rihanna, alleging she held material witness information about trafficking activities and that Jay-Z directed the shooting to stop her from testifying. That theory collapses the moment you examine what the evidence actually shows, so that's exactly what this video does.
Start with who Ivana Ortiz is, because her background answers the question before it's fully asked. Ortiz grew up in Illinois and settled in Orlando, Florida, where she holds an active speech-language pathology license issued by the Florida Department of Health, valid through December 31, 2027. Her criminal record in Florida includes a 2013 arrest tied to a bankruptcy case, a 2021 careless driving charge, and a June 2023 domestic violence and battery arrest that grew out of a violent divorce. None of that on its own predicts what happened on March 8th. Her social media history does. On January 4, 2026, 63 days before the shooting, Ortiz posted a video stating, "Listen, Rihanna, when you die, God is taking me to my future. Yeah, she wants to kill me." Read that again carefully. Ortiz believed Rihanna wanted to kill her, not the other way around. On February 23, 2026, she tagged Rihanna's Instagram account in a Facebook post and wrote, "Are you there? Because I was waiting for your AIDS 5-head self to say something to me directly instead of sneaking around like you're talking to me where I'm not at." And Rihanna wasn't the only name in Ortiz's delusional framework. Her posts targeted Drake, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Ariana Grande, and Mariah Carey, and she attacked Cardi B on Facebook, writing, "You can't fuck with me, Cardi B. You ain't doing nothing to me. You ain't messing with me." Ortiz also filed a lawsuit against Live Nation, the City of Orlando, and the Kia Center in an attempt to block a Billie Eilish concert, alleging noise waiver permit violations. This is the profile of someone fixated on multiple celebrities across a documented pattern of escalating behavior, not an operative, not a hired contractor, not a professional. LAPD Chief Jim McDonald confirmed the motive remains under investigation, and District Attorney Nathan Hochman stated his office is reviewing all social media evidence. At no point has any law enforcement official connected this shooting to Jay-Z, Beyoncé, or anyone other than Ivana Ortiz.
Now, examine the actual relationship between Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Rihanna, because a conspiracy theory built on motive falls apart when the motive doesn't exist. Jay-Z signed Rihanna to Def Jam Records in 2005 when she was 16 or 17 years old, and he served as president and CEO of the label. Her debut single, Pon de Replay, dropped in May 2025, and what followed was a mentor-mentee relationship publicly documented across 2 decades. Rihanna joined Roc Nation Management in 2014, Jay-Z's entertainment company, founded in 2008, and as of 2026, she remains signed to Roc Nation. That detail alone should end the conversation. The collaborations tell the same story. Umbrella in 2007, Run This Town in 2009, Talk That Talk in 2011, and then February 2023 when Rihanna performed at Super Bowl 57, a halftime show produced by the NFL and Roc Nation. Jay-Z's company placed her on the largest entertainment stage in America just over 2 years before the shooting. A$AP Rocky, Rihanna's partner and the father of her 3 children, is also signed to Roc Nation. The conspiracy theory asks you to accept that Jay-Z maintained active professional and financial relationships with both Rihanna and her partner while simultaneously directing an attempt on her life. That logic doesn't hold up in any direction.
The Beyoncé angle relies entirely on the assumption of a feud, and that assumption has no foundation. In December 2025, tabloid reports claimed Rihanna's friendship with Jason Lee, founder of Hollywood Unlocked, created friction with Beyoncé, with insiders suggesting Beyoncé felt betrayed because she had once viewed Rihanna as a younger sister. Neither Beyoncé nor Rihanna ever commented on it publicly, which means the report remains unconfirmed. In 2016, Rihanna reportedly liked an anti-Beyoncé Instagram post described as accidental, with no response from either party. In 2024, media outlets framed a business rivalry between Beyoncé's Sacred Hair Care launch and Rihanna's Fenty hair teaser, and neither artist acknowledged the other's brand. What the record actually shows is this: Beyoncé has publicly praised Rihanna's talent during past award cycles, and Rihanna addressed manufactured feuds directly in a 2016 Vogue interview, stating, "They just love putting Black women against each other." No documented conflicts at public events, no blocking or unfollowing on social media, no public disputes of any kind. The claim that Beyoncé wanted Rihanna harmed rests on zero verifiable evidence. So, with no professional conflict, no personal feud, and no established motive anywhere in the record, the question becomes why the conspiracy spread so fast. The answer is a psychological pattern called apophenia, the human tendency to find meaningful connections between unrelated events. A real shooting occurred. Jay-Z's name circulated in the news for separate reasons. Rihanna carries a documented professional relationship with Jay-Z. The internet stitched those 3 independent facts into a narrative that doesn't exist. Harold White amplified the theory on Facebook, and users across TikTok and X pushed it further. Some outlets published pieces exploring the alleged connections, lending the conspiracy more weight than it deserved. Every credible source that examined the claim reached the same conclusion: no evidence supports it. As of March 2026, Jay-Z has not been questioned by law enforcement in connection with the shooting, and no official reports place Rihanna as a material witness to anything involving him. There's also a basic logical problem at the center of this theory. If Jay-Z wanted to silence Rihanna, why would he use a woman who spent weeks posting public threats against her on social media? Why choose someone with a documented history of erratic behavior and prior arrests? Why select a method that guaranteed the shooter's capture within an hour of the attack? A man who built a billion-dollar empire through careful, calculated decision-making would not orchestrate a hit this way. Nobody would.
The actual story is simpler and sadder than any conspiracy. A woman with untreated mental illness became fixated on a celebrity, posted disturbing messages over 2 months, drove approximately 2,700 miles from Orlando to Los Angeles, fired a rifle at a home where a family lived, and was arrested within the hour.
That's the complete account. No shadowy coordination, no orchestrated silencing. A real crime committed by a real person now facing real prosecution. While the internet manufactured connections between unrelated people, 10 individuals, 3 of them children under the age of 4, came close to being chilled. Rocky Irish Mayers, Rihanna's youngest, was 5 months old when those bullets struck the exterior wall of the house. RZA was 3 years old. Riot Rose was 2. Those children were inside when this happened, and they deserve better than to have their family's trauma turned into content for a conspiracy theory that was never grounded in fact. District Attorney Hochman framed the stakes plainly. Come into Los Angeles County and shoot at homes where families live, and you will be arrested, prosecuted, and punished. That accountability applies to Ivana Ortiz, the only person charged, the only person law enforcement connected to this crime. Rihanna is alive, still managing Fenty Beauty, valued at approximately $2.8 billion by Forbes, still signed to Roc Nation, still working on a follow-up to her 2016 album Anti. Jay-Z is still running Roc Nation. Beyoncé is still one of the most decorated artists in music history. A$AP Rocky remains Rihanna's partner and the father of her children. None of them are under investigation. None of them are hiding. The only person facing a potential life sentence is Ivana Lisette Ortiz, and the only crime that occurred is the one she committed on March 8, 2026. The conspiracy theory that Jay-Z and Beyoncé hired a hitman to target Rihanna is false, and spreading it causes real damage. It pulls attention away from an actual crime, circulates misinformation about people who did nothing wrong, and treats Rihanna's trauma as raw material for entertainment. The law enforcement investigation points to one person. The social media evidence points to one person. The verified facts point to one person. This was the act of a mentally disturbed individual, not a coordinated hit. Everything else